Tobin and Sean Levine on the BetQL Network.
All right, welcome back into Tapped Out here on the BetQL Network. Brendan Tobin here with you. We will reconnect with our boy Sean Levine, sure enough. So we'll do the hot tag. We'll put Jake Noecker into the co-host chair, and our boy Ike Feldman. Going to talk a little UFC 304 with him. He's got his bangers and mash ready. Ike, what do you got tonight in this main event, dude? We got Leon Edwards. We got Belal Muhammad. Is Belal as a dog? Does he have any shot in hell tonight? How do you like this one playing out for the welterweight title?
What's up, BT? What's up, Jake? Sean, I didn't mean to scare you. I know Big Ike stepped in there. No, I love everything you guys do, but in terms of the UFC 304 main event, I like Belal Muhammad at least, at bare minimum, FTD. Fight goes the distance, 100%. And I don't like the bully, no pun intended, the bully aspect that Leon Edwards and their team are playing. We saw the elevator. We saw the big brother tactic at the weigh-in. I think this is Bilal's moment. I think he's remembering the name and where he is. I like Belal to actually win a decision and humble Edwards a bit. So, yeah, I'll go with the plus 200 underdog on that.
And I mean, dude, plus
Crazy,
200.
I know, crazy.
This is the sixth fight in a row. He's the underdog. He's 5 in a row with an underdog win. Like, why do they keep making Belal Muhammad the underdog?
I don't know. Maybe Vegas is seen as a popularity contest. I mean, Belal, I think he's won 9 fights since he last lost. Who was that? Was it Vincent Luque, the knockout? Oh, no. Excuse me, Jeff Neal in 2019. And yeah, he just looked phenomenal. I think there needs to be more respect paid to mixed martial arts wrestling, like a GSP, like a Khabib Nurmagomedov. Because look at the traditional wrestlers like Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington. They're not shooting from the first minute. Leon Edwards is the one who's actually taking them down. So I expect Belal Muhammad to be a wet blanket. That's a good thing, folks. And to just be on top and, no pun intended, but to bully Edwards for all 5 rounds.
We go to this co-main event, and it does feel like nobody is giving Curtis Blades a shot in hell. Understandably so. Tom Aspinall has looked unbelievably dominant. And you want to talk about Curtis Blades' kryptonite, it typically is the guys who have the quick hands, the power punching. That's kind of been his Achilles heel his entire career. Can this one be different? Can Curtis Blades weather a storm in any way, shape, or form to be able to get a win over Tom Aspinall, or does it just seem like this is Tom's time and no one's really stepping in his way right now?
It's Tommy's time, man. 100%. I think he's gonna feel the moment. He knows that 7-1 in the UFC, the one loss being to Curtis, and what was he, 15, 19 seconds in there. This is the time to right the wrong. Everybody's going to be looking forward to Aspinall's fight more than the main event. No offense to Edwards or Muhammad, but Aspinall kind of has that twinkle in his eye. We saw what he did on 11 days' notice at MSG UFC 295 against Sergey Pavlovich. Literally took the fight, was injured, had no strength to train, could only use every ounce of energy to cut weight, and we saw what he did on a full training camp, motivated to right the wrong. I really like Aspinall to get it done. Does it go 5 rounds? Can Curtis Blades dig deep? Does he play the underdog role and get motivated by that? Maybe. But no matter what, I believe Aspinall comes out on top.
And Ike, the next fight we're going to see in, 10, 15 minutes here. My most anticipated of the night, first of the prelims, Manel Kape, Muhammad Mokaev. I mean, these guys have been going at it for weeks. You saw the ceremonial weigh-ins yesterday. They almost fought on the stage. But the question I have is, Manel Kape opens as a minus 150 favorite. He's closing right now as a plus 150. And last night he was like a minus 105. So why do you think the line movement? Who do you have in this crazy fight?
I think Vegas is playing the up and down, the drama fight week. We saw this UFC 202 with Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz too. We saw when McGregor looked like a reliever coming out of the bullpen, launching up those monster energies at the Diaz clan. The lines were moving up and down there. I believe it's the same thing with the scrapping in the hotel lobby, the tension at Wayne's. But my sources may be wrong. I'm at an event, a grappling event, but they have told me that they took a photo together. Is this true, guys? Did you see this? That Kopp and Makayev took a photo together?
Well, the rumor is they took a photo together, I guess a couple weeks ago, maybe, that was posted this week. And then Eric Nixick, the Extreme Couture coach, came out and said Mohammed Makayev saw Manel Kopp the other day, said, hey, let's get a photo in honor of being like Muslim brothers. And then as soon as he went in for the photo, he sucker punched him and they got into a fight. So it's a weird fight. It's a weird build up for sure.
That's a hell of a tactic. I mean, you're
draw him in. Pop.
Well, believe it or not, I feel it's going to be a rinse and repeat to the Machado Gary and the MVP fight, where it's just talk and talk and talk in the pre-fight, and then they just dance around, basically do the Spider-Man gif where they're pointing at each other for 3 rounds. So, and they're also smaller, so that it comes with less knockout power. I would say 100% it's going the distance, and Makayev has that juice. If it's a razor thin fight, he's gonna get the nod. He is in the UFC's good graces. Look at the weigh-in. Mark Ratner, I think he pushed the scale in one direction to make this fight happen. So I say no matter what, Makayev has that momentum, and he'll get his hand raised.
Get back into the rest of 304 here in just a second, Ike. But it was announced yesterday. The Sphere has its main event. Sugar Sean O'Malley against Merab. Now that it is official, what way are you leaning for the Bantamweight Championship?
I'm going to get killed out here in the middle of Long Island. Everybody knows that Merab Dvalishvili trains on Long Island, also jumps around to Las Vegas. I think Sean O'Malley wins. I think if you give O'Malley enough time to prepare, similar to a Conor McGregor, I hate those comparisons, but it's true. Even plug in a Jose Aldo type of takedown defense, Anderson Silva takedown defense. If you have him just focused on one type of style, I think Merab's going to have a long night, again, frustrated, takedown attempt after takedown attempt. Merab's tough enough to make it a decision, but I believe it's Sean O'Malley's momentum. And you guys saw that they were doing the Fish concerts and U2 concerts at the Sphere. Like, you're telling me that a groovy Sean O'Malley with the tie-dye hair, the crazy T-shirts, that's not perfect for him? That dude might be on an edible, walking, flying on a hoverboard when it comes to the cage. So I think the Sphere is a perfect atmosphere for Sean O'Malley at UFC 306 to get the job done.
And how do you feel about
Brian? Hold on. There's a bunch of Georgians walking to me.
Take it easy. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself,
right
dude.
There. Picking against
The
Dvalishvili.
Merab army is after him.
Well, Ike, I don't think either of these guys are New York. Diego Lopez, T-City Ortega. So you can safely give this pick for the Sphere.
That is true. I think Ortega took a payday for UFC 303. Hey, Sean, welcome.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? Better late than never, as they say, right?
I'm great, man. I was looking forward to talking to you. I thought you were ducking me like taxes.
I was, but eventually I decided that was rude, Ike. So I was like, I better at least join him for the end of the interview. Have the guys been treating you all right? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, man. It's been alley-oops and then a couple of dunks, so everything's going well. I'm sure you got the curveball waiting for me. But, guys, in terms of Ortega Lopez, I like Ortega on a full training camp to get it done. It's his time. Lopez is hungry. He's climbing up the ladder. But give Ortega a full training camp. I like T-City to get the job done in the Sphere.
I have no idea what ridiculous questions that these guys have been asking you, so I'll just throw one out there. The one fight that I'm kind of going back and forth on is the Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze fight tonight. Is there a certain lean you got in that one?
Yeah, man. I saw you guys on a recent episode. You guys are leaning Giga. I don't know. I think Arnold Allen being undefeated in the UFC, 5-0 in London, says something about his comfortability of fighting in the UK and in his backyard. He is literally a chummy, cool guy, Arnold Allen. He seems like he doesn't get affected by anything. He's like, yeah, I lost to Max Holloway, and I'll come back, and he has bounced back, and this will be the fight that he bounces back. I think Giga has one style to win, which is striking, but Arnold Allen, yeah, he likes to scrap, but he's no dummy. I could see him shooting for a takedown and winning a decision. I don't know about a knockout, but winning a decision.
You think any shot in hell? I mean, Dana mentions this week that he believes the winner of the interim title tonight will get to face the winner of John Jones Stipe. You buy that at all, or you feel like these guys are going to be made undisputed by 2025 because the GOAT matchup is going to ride off into the sunset?
There's apparently a legacy heavyweight division, and then there's a UFC heavyweight division. I would not be surprised if John Jones' next opponents are Stipe, Pereira, and Ngannou. And Aspinall is just he misses the show. So um, Dana White said the fight's absolutely happened. No, he's saying, I want you to absolutely buy this pay-per-view, but that fight is still iffy. When it comes to John Jones, he's just going to cherry pick the fights. We were talking about the last time you guys had me on graciously, and I appreciate it. Alex Pereira, John Jones, huge fight. John Jones, Francis Ngannou, huge fight. No offense to Tom Aspinall, but he presents the highest risk out of those fights and the least reward for John Jones. So I would not be surprised if we never see Aspinall, John Jones, and eventually Aspinall graduates to undisputed champion.
If we do ever see Pereira and John Jones, that to me, at least on paper, and the poster would look so damn cool too. That could be the biggest fight in the history of the promotion, right?
Yeah. You're going to have one guy doing the Ray Lewis dancing and another guy looking like Robin Hood with the bow and arrow. I think the hype for it's going to be incredible. But as I said in the past, John Jones, he has the greatest fight IQ we've seen in MMA. But in terms of outside of the cage, he may be the dumbest human to ever walk this earth.
It's not unfair. I mean, listen, you do the hit and run on the pregnant lady. It's
It
tough to
doesn't
come
look
back from that
It's
one.
not great on
It's
your
tough to come
resume.
back. It is tough to come back from that one.
It is.
But he's a genius. He's Oppenheimer when it comes to fight night.
Oh man, listen. There's nobody better. There's nobody better, and I feel like even a lot of people, a lot of the young kids, they think that maybe they haven't seen him fight enough. But there's a lot of people who think, oh, John would lose to all these guys. I'm like, I don't know, man. There's been very few nights that man doesn't look like he is the greatest thing to ever step in the octagon. Sure, everybody's got their ones that maybe he looked a little unmotivated, a little rusty, but you said it well. Like he just figures it out, and he makes it very uncomfortable for everybody. It's just I guess it's a shame at his age and coming off this injury that there's only so many generations of ass kicking he can do, and I don't fault him for it because he has done a lot for the sport, but also you'll have these fantasy matchups, you want to get part of it, so it's a tough place as a fight fan because he is the best to ever do it, but I'm still greedy and I want to see all these great matchups.
Are we sure though that he's still the guy you guys are talking about? Because Ike, the last time we saw him against Cyril Gane, he whooped his ass, but it took him like 2 minutes. So what happens if he goes into deeper waters? What if we need to see a full skill set? Are we sure we're still talking about the same John Jones that's in our mind?
I mean, that finish might have been the first finish since, I don't know, maybe like 7 years ago, because the Santos, the Reyes, the Anthony Smith fight, he was doing a lot of decisions for a while. Maybe it was the UFC 214 against Daniel Cormier, which was eventually ruled to a no contest because of the steroids. So I would say he looks even better at heavyweight than the previous half decade before that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with John, and the same thing with Connor is for whatever reason they're always out of the octagon for so long. Every time they come back, I'm always asking, what version are we going to see? And then most of the time, I'm a sucker and I lose my money on the bet. That is Ike Feldman. Ike, I'm sorry that I missed you the first 10 minutes of this interview, so we'll bring you on real soon and we'll do it again, brother.
I'm coming for you, Sean.
I figured you were, dude. That's Ike Feldman. Appreciate you as always, my guy. BT, I'm looking up and down this card tonight. Leon Bilal, Aspinall Blades, Bobby Green, Patty, Giga versus Arnold Allen. Which fight are you most excited about? Because I can't wait for, oh, Patty the baddie. Because I just want to see what the crowd looks like and what the fighter looks like tonight.
Yeah, I think Patty's probably got the most on the line, outside of obviously championships, but you just think of reputation and where his career's at. That one seems a huge one. But honestly, it's Aspinall, man, because it does feel like, can he do anything to lure John Jones? I just feel like that one, to me, professionally has the most stakes because he's just been such a marvel already. And then is there a possibility that Curtis Blades can make that fight any kind of a dog fight, any kind of long? So I just think that one's the most fascinating. I feel like we have a sense of how the welterweight championship's going to go. I think both these guys are very capable of winning either way. So there's not a lot of mystery to that one. But Patty and Tom Aspinall, those are the stars tonight.
I'm curious what you think Tom Aspinall can do tonight. If he goes out there and wins in 10 seconds and wins by a vicious elbow, does John Jones say, okay, now I want to fight that guy? We'll get BT's opinion on what it's going to take for Tom Aspinall to get a crack at John Jones, or if it's Curtis Blades tonight. But Bilal Muhammad puts his fight on the line tonight, tries to take Leon Edwards' belt. Before that, he joins us right here on Tapped Out.